Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Crimson Raven and welcome back to the stream. Welcome back to the Raven's Nest. Yeah, evening stream this time. I felt like it today. And my voice is doing a lot better. So, yeah. Also, well, we might as well get right into the game. Hello everyone. Got some FaceTime Continuum going on. And we did revamp the overlay a fair bit. It's not completely done yet, but it's coming. It's coming along quite well. Also today, after the stream the last time, for those who are not aware of what happened in the last stream, we went and placed a station in orbit around Minmus, in a pretty wonky orbit at that. But it's almost out of fuel, so we need to go and refuel it. And then I launched this shit right here, the big fat penis rocket. And well, fact of the matter is, getting there without completely burning all of my fuel is tricky. But I separated my save files. I actually made a test save file just so I could experiment and mess around a bit. And I think I found a way to get there without burning too much fuel. We should still have the equivalent of about one of these big fuel tanks. Maybe a little bit less than that when we get there, which is plenty. I don't need more than that for the station to be operable. Even if that means like sending another, ship at some point, like automated ship, because now I wanted to do some personnel rotation, but the fuel to come back might become an issue. But anyways, let me show you what I got, because this maneuver is gonna be a doozy. We are actually going to slingshot ourselves using the moon towards Minmus, which is all the way over there. And by doing that, I actually calculated because I just tried. I'm overall saving just about 400 meters per second of delta V in total. Because I'm going to have to spend about 1,200 to get there, including the rounding up maneuver over there. And a little bit more than 1,200, almost 1,300. And otherwise, it would, if I had just gone straight for Minmus, it would have taken me, I believe, for this size of the ship, something like 1,700 instead. So we're going to go on a gravity assist around the moon at pretty low orbit. That's 167 kilometers at least planned for the first maneuver. And yeah, that's going to be a lot of fun. So we are coming up on the maneuver node. I actually had to wait 4 in-game days in order to for the moon versus Minmus to be in the right angle after a fair bit of trial and error. And yeah, we're getting straight into it now. So what do we got over here? All right, so maneuvers coming up. I'm not sure of how long I have to boost though, so let's just 3 minutes. Okay, I've got 3 minutes to burn. I've got 3 minutes to burn, so let's just warp in just a tiny bit, because I need to go at T-minus 1 minute 30. And then it's going to be time to turn in the power. Can somebody give me exclamation mark power in the chat? Because I think it's very appropriate. Power is on. We're slowly going to make our way to the moon. Oh, that was underwhelming. What the hell was that volume? Come on. What the hell? I need the power volume to be way higher than that. Could you please throw it again? Oh, I'll throw it again. That needs to be even higher than that. That needs to be even higher than that. Come on. No, there's actually a cooldown on this. Anyways, we are now burning towards the moon. And I'm going to give back the power. You know what? While we're doing this, I'm actually going to throw... Did that work? I'm not sure it did. Anyways, yes, we're coming in for a doozy of a maneuver. I think it's going to be a fun one. Hold on. If, Somcard, to be very honest, if Yuri I really wanted to watch me, had no choice but to come to Twitch, because today today is the first stream I am doing where I am not streaming on Mixer anymore. And using the Twitch app is a lot easier as well. You see me online on Mixer. I'm not supposed to be streaming on Mixer right now. Oh, maybe I didn't. Okay, now, I took out all mentions of Mixer on my overlay, and but I forgot to change my stream key in OBS. I'm still using the restream stream key in there, rather than just my Twitch one. But that's going to be happening very, very soon, because, well, Yuri, to be very honest, Yuri, you're my only audience on Mixer, so... I'd rather focus on Twitch and try to get better stuff going with more custom stuff going for that. Okay, we're coming close to our moon gravity assist maneuver. I have to be very precise about that. Actually gonna line back up on the maneuver itself. Where is my periapse right now? It's actually quite close to where I want it to be. It's actually even lower than, but I need it to be just a bit more. Because I need to get closer to min-miss orbit after that. So, just... Come on, line it back up. That looks pretty good. Okay. That looks pretty good, and so we're going to get rid of that maneuver node. Holy crap! Okay, we got some cheers. We got some cheers going on. We got some cheers going on. Why is Somcard with the 5 bits? Well, thank you so much, my friend. Thank you so much, my friend. I greatly appreciate your contribution. Okay, so that maneuver node is not really relevant anymore, but I can... Now, I do have a clue of what I'm doing here. So, I need to bring this down. You can see that I'm almost just passing right above. Almost passing down right above, whoa! Right above min-miss orbit. So I'm actually going to try to bring it down as much as possible here. Maybe not too far down, though. And I need to go that way. There we go, that's encounter. And I don't need to go... I can keep it as high as... 1713, because that uses a lot less fuel. There we go. Look at that. I don't know. Okay, wait a second. Okay, I'm missing a whole lot going on in the chat right now. Have some strong opinions about the general Twitch community. I don't know. For now, I stream on Mixer only. Someday I might also stream on Twitch and see how it goes. Yeah, Yuri, I mean... your platform is entirely up to you, man. There's nothing wrong with going either way. CGN.US with the auto host. Thank you so much. I also wanted to give some shout outs to Leviathan, as well as was it an auto host? I'm not even sure if it was an auto host, but anyway, CGN, thank you. And I also wanted to thank Obscene Snugs as well as Leviathan for the hosts at the beginning of the stream. Also need to do some shout outs for Shattered Soul and Kage Kurayuki for the follows during the intro of the stream. Highly appreciate it. Welcome to the Raven's Nest. I know that Queen Misrule is the one who sent you. And in any case, I mean, she's been throwing the love at me as of late. I cannot thank, well, her and her community enough. All right. So, we are now coming up, well, we are now going to do a gravity assist around the moon by passing it at very, very low orbit. Yeah, that's going to be fun. That's going to be a lot of fun. And so, I'm going to line that up. We've got 18-second burn, and there is, I don't think I'm going to need 18 seconds to get 68 meters per second. Not at this height. But in any case, we're going to test it out. So I'm gonna warp until here. The Aid Brigade. Have a few issues to be able to stream regularly. Need to be alone at home. Yeah, it can be you know, a problem sometimes. It's a bit annoying, but I'm pretty sure you'll end up figuring it out at some point. And if not, well, it's all up to you too. I mean, nobody's obligated to stream. They should just do it because they feel like it, at least in my opinion. Everybody in this rocket is smiling like an idiot, as it should be in a proper Kerbal space program. So, let's see how we can handle this maneuver. We still do have 2 hours or so to wait for said maneuver. So I'm just gonna warp. Just gonna warp a bit. Right now, as you can see, my comm line is quite bad, but that is because the shell of this thing is still on. It's blocking radio waves from my antenna. Plus, I have a pilot, so I don't really need to be able to have full communication with Kerbal as of right now. But you know, it's gonna be a thing that's gonna have to happen quite soon. When I get rid of the penis shell, it'll be just fine. So let's warp until Moon Escape, which is pretty much right now. Come on, get in there. There we go. Now I'm gonna go closer to our maneuver node. 18 seconds to burn. So T-9 is going to be... There we go. And power! Boom. That is our min-miss encounter. Using a lot less fuel. Song card with the cheer again! Dude, power! Okay, I need this power to be... I need this power sound effect to be even louder than that. I mean, I thought I had cranked up the volume all the way to the top. And I'm gonna lower the cost of this a lot. Actually, 50 is overdoing it. Let's face it. 50 is overdoing it, considering the rate at which I'm handing them. I'm gonna lower it down to. I'll lower it down to 10, and then I'm gonna give your guys some Raven bucks back. So that way, I'm not being that much of an asshole. Oh shit, I forgot to... where is it? Viewers! There we go. Yuri. Edit viewer. Number of points. Boom. You have now been given 100 Raven bucks. Yeah, you have 50 now. That's why, like, I'm actually not handing them that quickly. Maybe I don't share currency between platforms. Oh, that could be a thing. That could actually be a thing. Did I purge my Mixer viewer currency? That could be a thing. I believe I did. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I purged it. But in any case, I'm probably gonna, like... rebalance a lot of that soon enough. And also, we do have a min-miss encounter to take care of. So... we do have a min-miss encounter to take care of. Had to think for that. Could be, but I don't think I have it set up. To be quite honest. So, here we are. Both, we are within min-miss influence. And we're coming straight for a very beautiful polar orbit, I believe. Not exactly polar, but close enough. So, let us go straight to maneuver. Round that up. There we go. I really don't need... I want a nice round orbit. There we go. Nice big fat round orbit. We're going to figure this out later when it comes to lining it up. So, we've got a 49-second burn here. And if we look at our current fuel reserves, we're a little bit above half. What is it that we have? 2,000 out of 3,500. So, it's actually not bad. It's actually not bad at all. Especially considering the fact that I should be able to maneuver... once my orbit is rounded out, that is. I should be able to maneuver pretty easily in order to encounter the space station using pretty much nothing but my RCS thrusters. Okay, so 28 minutes to go. I'm actually going to save here over my test file. So if this goes wrong, test. Yeah, I have already disconnected the Mixer part of my bot. It's not even connected to Mixer right now. That's probably why it's not working. Because like I shouldn't even be streaming on Mixer right now. I didn't even think I thought I had changed the stream key, to be honest. I just forgot it. All right. So 49 seconds to burn. Let's bring that closer to our maneuver. Well, last try. Yeah, I'm gonna be I don't think it's working, man. Raven bucks. Yeah, I brought you back up to 150, and the power emote, the power sound effect now costs only 10 instead of 50. But you know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna make it free for now. And if I do start getting spammed, I will put a price back on it. So the power emote is now free. It's gonna be free. There we go. I do want people to use them. I just don't want to get spammed. Alright, so 49 seconds to go. Yeah, I know that. I'm not going to do it right now. I'm going to do it after this stream, because that would require me to restart the stream if I change my stream key, and I don't want to do that. So I'm just going to keep going like this for now, and make sure I fix it for the next occurrence. And power. Power to round this up. Slowing it right on down. That was another moon encounter we could have gotten. I think I might be slowing down a bit too much here. Am I? No, I'm not. There we go. I even think I might have overdone it a bit. We'll figure it out. Right now it's fine. We've got an orbit. That cost me even less than I thought it would. We have an orbit over Minmus. Now, I do need to figure out a way to line myself back up with the station's orbit. Station's orbit, which is a bit wonky from what I'm seeing right now. So I'm going to switch to the nest, and we're going to figure out where we are exactly and what is going on. And I believe as well that I'm going to shut down every engine that is currently activated except for the middle one. I just want my little poodle. 90 degrees, that's going to require a lot of fuel. Indeed, that is not the best lineup for us. That is not the best lineup for us. I am hoping to be able to, well, maybe try to do part of it with the station, perhaps. Because that might be a thing. So let's see here. If I go to my Apo apps, I'm going to add a maneuver here and actually raise up. Round out that orbit a good bit here. How's that looking? 1923 by 1926. That is looking quite good, and that's just a 2 meter per second maneuver. That is almost nothing. That's going to require a lot of fuel, or the one with less mass and more engine power fuel. Possibly. The one with less mass right now is quite clearly the Sonic rocket that we just arrived with. But I still want to move the station a bit just to make its orbit a little bit easier to match, at least even it out and try to see how we could maybe try to straighten it up a bit. Once it's rounded out, it's actually easier to straighten it up. Especially since I'm keeping into very high orbit here. For the very reason that I'm really, really trying quite hard to save as much fuel as possible. Like, my next node is in 12 days. That's pretty freaking significant. I will align the station with mid-miss orbit around Kerbal, or at least try. Actually, what I think I'm going to do, Yuri, is, I think that what I'm going to do is end up putting the station into a polar orbit. And then do the rest of the way with this rocket here, also put it in a polar orbit. And I hope I'm actually going the same way. I am not going the same way. I was hoping for a polar orbit and then lining it up like this, but I'm actually not going the same way at all. No, actually, I'm good. I'm good. I'm going south when I'm on the other side of the planet right now. So that's good. Any advantages of polar orbits? Mostly for comms purposes. Mostly for communication networks is going to be quite a lot easier. And especially since if I put my other 2 probes, like, because the only time I won't be able to have, the only time communications will cut out from the station to Kerbin is going to be the very little moment where the station's going to be right behind Kerbin. Right behind Minmus. If we are horizontal, it's going to come out quite often to be behind Minmus. If we're on a polar orbit, because the moon rotates around Kerbin, at some point, like more often than not, our polar orbit is actually going to be kind of diagonal to the planet instead of directly facing it, so I almost never lose comms. That is the biggest advantage. That's the biggest reason why I want to do it like this. Okay, so my node is in 12 days. My node is in 12 days. That's pretty huge. So I'm going to switch back to the Sonic rocket. We don't have any money to launch anything else anyway, so I might as well try to plan this proper. And what I'm going to do here in Kerbin, in my rendezvous screen, I want to rendezvous with the nest. There it is. There we go, and there we go, and there we go. Beautiful. And so I actually want, okay, there's my ascending node. It's right, or descending. It's actually my descending node that I want, that I've got right there. And now what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to try to bring it a bit closer. I need to do, whoa, that's a bit too much slowing down here. And how would that look? 45 degrees, that's already a lot closer. 2.1. That's the 1.9, so I actually need to slow it down just a bit more. So I wanna try to line it up. Okay. That doesn't look too bad, and it's a 16 meter per second maneuver. That is just about nothing. It doesn't need that much fuel because I'm in very, very, very high orbit, which is what is saving me right now. So, yeah, the station has its maneuver in 12 days because it has to go all the way around. Meanwhile, the Sonic is going straight for the maneuver when it gets to the crossing point of the 2 orbits. So let's just line this up for now. We're going to have to warp for another 4 days. I'm very happy I don't have like full-on life support stuff. Otherwise, I'd be in deep shit. And right now, my hot chocolate is running out, and I'm actually going to switch to... I mean, the title of the stream is Hold My Beer. I mean, if I don't drink any beer here, that's going to be a problem, isn't it? And I'm all out of hot chocolate as the world's best final boss. So, let's just put that over there. And I'm just going to go grab a beer right now. Give me a second. And there we go. I'm right back. Where the hell? I seem to have misplaced my opener. Ah, there it is. That's kind of needed with these bottles. All right. So. Oh, that had some serious pressure in there. Okay, we're not foaming. We're good. We cool. We're not foaming too much, at least. Not enough to start spilling and make a mess. We're gonna pour that in. What I am currently drinking is named Don de Dieu, which basically translates to Gift of God. I am drinking the Gift of God. 9% extra strong ale on Lee's. So, just gonna check a little something before we do. Alright, so let's get this going here. Let's warp. Got a maneuver to take care of. Misleading title reported. Yeah, no shit. So, what do we got here? It's a 16 meter per second maneuver. Like, it's gonna take barely a couple seconds. I've got plenty of thrust for 16 meters. So I'm just gonna wait until I'm right on the node, actually, and I think I'm gonna have just go full throttle maybe 5 seconds before, something like that. Whoa! Okay, I'm past the node, so I might as well do now. And the engine didn't cut off. Oh, tap thrust just to update it. Yeah, the engine didn't cut off, so that's kind of shit. I'm actually gonna line back up. I still have the maneuver node, so I can still line back up on it and correct myself. Yeah, because I tried to hit X to cut the engine, and actually hit C instead, and kind of fucked it up. So, come on, line up. I can do this. We've got this. We're fine. We're totally fine. And there we go. Done. That's as close as we're going to get to it. And that looks pretty damn good, if you ask me. That's almost null delay. Yeah. True that, but if in my case, I've never really taken advantage of it, because like every time I've ever streamed on Mixer, I've always dual streamed. Because my very, very first and original audience has always been on Twitch. Well, I mean, that's up to anyone, really. I mean, okay. Let's get rid of the big penis shell, shall we? Oh, yeah. There we go. Look at that. Look at that. And we're going to toggle lights. Looking pretty good. Didn't I have any antennas on this thing? Oh, there they are. Extend. And extend. There we go. Look at that. And now we have a direct line of communication with Kerbal, and it's actually quite good. Okay, so that seems to be mostly done when it comes to our correction here for our trajectory. And I'm going to switch to the nest. Do you have unlocked extra hotkey actions? Oh, you mean the action groups? I do have basic ones unlocked. Like for the lights one, I can associate other stuff. So if I toggle the lights, you can see that the antennas are actually, you know, they actually folded back in. But I forgot to do it on the Sonic ship when I built it. But otherwise, yes, I do have access to that. I just forgot to do it on that particular ship. On that particular ship design, I should say. So, what we're going to do here is it's a 2.7 meter per second maneuver. It is tiny. It is a teeny tiny maneuver. And you know what? I had saved, kept a test save before. But I think that I can go back to the main stream save, just overwrite it. We're going to keep it that way. I think it's going to be just fine. Now, what I want to do here is line up our station for this beautiful little maneuver. I don't even want to tap the throttle to see how long I have to boost, because it's a 2.7 meter maneuver. It's tiny. It is absolutely tiny. Like, our orbit is going at 38 meters per second right now. We are going so slow just because of how high this orbit is. Like, this orbit is blazing until tomorrow. So we're going to warp. Which way are we going, actually? We're going this way. So we are warping here. We are warping for several days. Just to round out the orbit properly, and then we're going to line it up with the Sonic ship. So, still an hour left. Come on, warp it in. I'm barely even going to... I'm not going full throttle with this. It's just 2 meters per second. I actually kind of want to go slow. I'm going to start at T-5 and barely hit the throttle. Just keep really slow. I can't ever manage to remember the direction of orbit. The bright side is behind the ship. So the dim side is where you're going. The bright side is where you came from. Okay, so still 12 minutes to node. Bring it all the way down to within a minute. And warp off. There we go. And I'm going to boost very, very slowly at like T-10. I know, but I will forget the next time. Oh, so you got a goldfish memory. I'm into that. I mean, I've only learned that quite lately. And wasted a lot of time trying to actually remember it. So let's round out that orbit. Nice and easy here. There we go. How does that look? That actually looks even better than the maneuver itself. 1.925. 1.919. Mythbusters busted it. Alright, okay. I gotcha. Now, what I want to do is go to the crossing point of our two orbits. And then I'm going to want to, because I'm coming this way, I'm going to want to boost that way. And then slow down so I don't escape orbit. Yep, that looks about right. I go back this way. That is a much shorter orbit than what I would like it to be. That looks, well, pretty lined up, actually. I just need to bring it back inside. There we go. And just a little bit that way. That here is quite beautiful. We are coming to line up quite well. And at 22 meters per second, that's a 4-second burn. That is negligible. Negligible fuel usage to get settled in here. So, what's the deal about the cyan, the purple control on the node? What did they do? Okay, so what they do here, I'm going to show back on the maneuver node. So if I zoom in closer, you can see that green is, you know, just where you're going versus, you know, speeding up versus slowing down. That's it. The pink / purple controls are the normal and anti-normal vectors, which basically are the perpendicular vectors. Perpendicular vectors that to each to where you're going, basically. So normal being exactly 90 degrees and anti-normal being exactly 270 degrees. So let's say you're going around Kerbal in your normal launch pattern, so you're following the equator, okay? In that case, normal would point directly north. Anti-normal would point directly south. When it comes time to realign an orbit, normal and anti-normal is basically what will help you correct the angle of your orbit. The blue vectors, I do not remember what they are named exactly, but I don't remember what they're named, but what they do is basically, again, if you're going around Kerbal, yeah, basically, yeah, like if green is throttle, okay, if green is throttle, then in that case, the normal here and anti-normal would probably be pitch, versus the blue controls that I do not remember the name of, which would be yaw. Because the blue controls basically mean if you're going around Kerbal, one of them means you're boosting directly towards the sky, the other you boosting directly towards the ground. Which is, well, if you look at how it lines up right now, that's exactly how it is. You know? Like if our plane was exactly like this, if I was lined up with Min-Miss's orbit around Kerbal, you know, north is that way, south is that way, and then the sky is that way, and the ground is that way. That's it. And for the blue controls, I mostly use them, the blue controls I always, well, the only time I ever use them is when I am planning transfer orbits. I used it a little bit to transfer from the moon to Min-Miss, just to be able to line it back up a bit. But otherwise, I almost never use them. I'd rather just go normal and anti-normal, with obviously speeding up and slowing down whenever needed. So, I'm a little bit, okay. I just needed to kind of remember where the hell I'm going. Now, I got a 4-second burn to go, and that one needs to be very precise. So, I'm actually going to warp close to it and save on the way there. Because the timing of this one is pretty crucial, because I'm trying to line up with the other ship's orbit. So, I have to hit this. Radial and anti-radial. Yes, exactly. That is the name. Thank you for the very, very useful information here. Radial and anti-radial. That is the one. So I believe radial would make you turn directly inside your orbit. And anti-radial would be outside. So when you're talking like in a point of reference on an orbit towards the ground, would be radial. Towards the sky would be anti-radial.
It's cold. Real cold.
And so we are slowly coming into our maneuver here. And I want to make absolutely sure I don't miss it. 1 minute. Okay, slow down the warp. I need to get going at T-2, and that one I actually need to go full throttle and stop after 4 seconds. So, 10 seconds. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Power. And stop power. Oh, I just nailed it. Radial goes inside the orbit, so that's exactly what I thought. That's exactly what I thought. If on an orbit like this one, that means pointing myself directly towards the planet. That is a radial. Anti-radial would be pointing me directly opposite from the planet. But now you see why I love polar orbits, because as you can see, the times that I will be behind the planet, especially in a very high orbit like this, are going to be pretty much never. So I always keep a line of communication between Kerbal and Minmus, which allows me to bring my probes way closer to the moon without losing comms. Because I'm always going to have a relay on the station. Because I do have these relay antennas up here. So these are always going to be good. That's why I wanted to do... That is why I wanted to do it that way. So, now, I'm going to have to... We're going to have to line that up. This might be a very short stream, actually, because I'm getting messages from a friend, and it's actually worrying me a little bit. As of right now, I'm still waiting for news. I wrote back to said friends, but antennas maximum range. Antennas has maximum range on Vanilla 2. Yes, they do, except for the fact that oh, Yuri with the host. Thank you. I am not sure exactly what the range is, though. I would probably be able to see it in the VAB, though. In the Vehicle Assembly Building. That is probably part of the information of the information we can get from the parts info in the hangar. Okay, so now we're actually going to switch back to the Sonic ship. And because our orbit is already quite a bit higher than the one of the station, it'll probably catch up to me relatively quickly. I want to see if I have 0.2 degrees of an ascending node. So we're basically lined up to a quarter of a degree. At that distance, it is pretty damn good. I'm kind of happy with that maneuver. But yeah, no, this might be a short stream because I'm still waiting for some news from a friend who might need some help. So I might have to go quite soon. Well, what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna warp, and I'm gonna take my beer. And if I do get some news from her, by the time this maneuver is over, then it'll be the only maneuver I do for this stream. I'll just leave it there and not push, you know? Plus, I realize, I mean, just from seeing the current stats of the stream, that the morning streams seem to be bringing in a lot more people. So I might actually just, you know, keep it for for a weekday morning, afternoon kind of thing. The station is catching up to me now, so we're doing okay. And the one thing I love... There we go, you see? Because my antennas... well, I actually have the exact same antennas on this thing. It's probably just because of the position of the ship. Where's the moon? Ah, there's Kerbal all the way over there. And there's Minmus. 2:30 a.m. Oh, so you're in the UK, I'm guessing. Okay, so what I want to do here is I actually want to keep going as this thing really gets closer to me. And I believe now, Spain. All right, respect, man. I've never been to Spain. I wish I could go though. Looks like a beautiful country. A lot warmer than here, that's for sure. Canada's cold as fuck, especially right now. So, what I'm actually going to do here is I want to plan a maneuver to try to get an encounter quite soon. I might actually use the radial vector on this maneuver to try to get it a bit closer. So, that was way too much of a slowdown. That was 11 meters per second. That is almost nothing. So, let's just bring it all the way up here. And, it is too damp where you live. Oh, that sucks. Yeah, humidity is well, the bane of my existence to start with. But, so if I use... Okay, no, I'm actually going to reset that maneuver because I don't think it's a good idea right now. Add a maneuver. Just going to go by tiny increments here. There we go. That's looking pretty good. Cold gets into your body. Yes, that part. Oh, believe me, I understand. 226 kilometers. I actually made it worse. So, that is 156 kilometers. And I'm not going to need to use a lot of engines to maneuver because of how high our orbit is. I mean, my orbit speed is not even 30 meters per second right now. So it's teeny tiny maneuvers for docking. Which is exactly what I wanted. Like, this next maneuvers is 0.2 meters per second. That is nothing. Like, I'm probably gonna do that on a freaking RCS thrusters. This is not even worth firing up the big engine for that. I'm just gonna throw that right here. Point it that way. And then go straight into docking mode. You know? So that way we have a closer encounter on the other side of the moon. There's a mod that allows you to pinpoint nodes using direct input with numbers. Okay, yeah, I can kind of get it. Because it's pretty cool. But just being able to use the mouse wheel for fine controls on maneuver nodes, it actually helps a fair bit. And, for the rest, I mean, at that height anyway, maneuvering requires very, very negligible amounts of fuel. Like, even at 156 kilometers separation, if I start maneuvering at what is currently my periaps, I'll be just fine. Yeah, mouse wheel, if you highlight a maneuver node and mouse wheel over any of the controls, it actually gives you teeny tiny increments. I believe it's actually like 0.1 meter per second on each control. It's very, very, very small amounts, and it works wonders. And since I can't math for shit, it's actually a lot better than actually having to input numbers for me. That bit I actually wanted to delete. Okay, so You didn't know that? Well, I'm glad you know now, because it's extremely useful. It's saved my life so many times in this game. It made my life a lot simpler, is the best I can say. So let's warp for a bit. Bring it to 1 hour. Bring it a bit more. Oh, shit. Okay, don't go over. There we go. And then I'm going to... well, the numbers have the usual button to increase or decrease, so no need to... Oh, I see. I see. Okay, so you can see actually how much thrust you're putting into each vector. Exactly. Oh, that's actually quite useful. That's actually quite useful. I would love it. Yeah, I'm probably going to look at it. And, oh, that is, yeah, that is my friend's answer right there. Yeah, my friend is not feeling too well right now, and I think I'm gonna go take care of her rather than stream. So we're just gonna do this docking. We're gonna do this docking maneuver, and then after that, I'm just gonna end the stream there. And we're actually gonna do this maneuver on RCS. We're just gonna do RCS thrusters for this. Because it's 0.2 meters per second. That is nothing. That is just nothing. Plus, I haven't used even a single unit of my monopropellant fuel, of which I have a lot right now. There we go. I've actually overdone it. There we go. Precise node is the mod name. I'm actually gonna write that down. You know what? I'm gonna copy paste that. I'm gonna copy paste that into a text file. Right here, precise node. All right, yeah, I'll take a look at it. I mean, it's probably going to be very useful for me. Okay, so now I'm actually going to disable RCS for now, and I'm going to target. We are 7.7 meters per second difference between us and the station. So as of right now, we're basically parked in orbit above it. But then again, considering that our current orbit is like 30, it's pretty significant. It's just negligible in terms of fuel to be able to negate it and then, you know, get to it. So I'm going to get rid of our maneuver node. And you know what? I'm just going to go straight for it. I'll link you a pic of how it looks in Discord. All right, I'll look at it as soon as I'm done streaming, man. Sure. I mean, I don't want anything, you know, I don't want to use any mods that modify the gameplay too much, except for Kerbal Attachment System, because Kerbal Attachment System is fucking amazing. But anything that is like quality of life and UI and stuff, I tend to look at pretty heavily. Alrighty then, so I'm just gonna boost towards the station at that point. I think it's gonna be easier that way. In docking mode, boost. I have to face these red lights because that means I'm facing the crew hatch. And then I'm going to line up the vectors. Like that. Now, I'm going straight at it. I'm actually going to fire up the big engine just a bit. Am I legitimately... I am not legitimately in suborbital. What the hell? Am I on an escape trajectory? I've actually turned around my orbit. So I'm going face to face with it. Okay, so I am wasting fuel for this. I am wasting a fair amount of fuel for this. But I think it's gonna be fine. I think it's gonna be just fine. I did not comprehend what the fuck I was doing for a second. No, okay. The green line is just my comms. So I should get rid of that for now. Let's just get rid of that for now. There we go. I need to see where I'm going. Yeah, no, I'm actually coming face to face with it. That's gonna be fun. That's gonna be quite fun. Okay. Kerman, who is our current pilot, and not a very good one at that, is gonna have to handle this shit pretty well. He is a true student of Jebediah Kerman, considering the idiot smile he's got on his face. But that's fine. I mean, but why the hell not? We are a bit below half when it comes to our current liquid fuel reserve. But I don't need it to be more than that. I don't need it to be a lot more than that. I just need some fuel in there. And then I'm just going to keep, like, maybe a couple of hundred, maybe 100 units of liquid fuel in there, just to escape min-miss back towards Kerbin, and the rest I'll just do on maneuvering thrusters. I've got plenty. Okay, so now we need to get closer. So we're going to warp until we are closer. Which is just about here. We're getting quite a bit closer. Where is the station? Not in range yet. How far is it right now? 124 kilometers, which is why we don't see it yet. I'm going to go into docking mode with the RCS on. Okay, right now I just cannot line back up the vectors. Because I do want to put my there we go. That is nice and lined up. Great job, Cormy. Great job, Cormy. There we go. So, just gonna keep going. Coming in a bit closer. That's gonna be a tricky docking. The name of the stream actually fits now, considering the maneuver we have to do. I mean, look at this. Now, did I see the station? Yeah, it's right there. It is right there. It's right over there. It's 40 kilometers away. It is 40 kilometers away. So, I'm actually going to get a bit closer. Ooh, that's the thing I wanted to do. Shit. Okay. Map. I actually want to line up the docking port here. Switch to. The one thing that is really useful to know about normal and anti-normal vectors in orbital mechanics is that they never change. Unless you are boosting in any way, shape, or form, they never change. Because it's perpendicular to your current orbit. Your prograde always changes because you're going around. Your retrograde always changes because you're going around. The normal and anti-normal never change. So in that case, because our orbits are lined up, I'm putting the station point toward the anti-normal, which means that after that, I can switch back to the Sonic, and once I get close to it, slow myself down, and then point to normal, so that way the docking ports align. So we are coming in quite close to our big fat station here. It is now 10 kilometers away, and we're just going to do a slight correcting maneuver here, pushing back our retrograde vector onto the station itself, because we are currently, the station is currently looking at our ass, our big fat JLo worthy ass. And all right, come on. And then after this maneuver, it's gonna be the end of the stream. So, because yeah, I do have some other matters to attend to. Okay, 2.3 kilometers is most. Whoa. Slow the fuck down. Come on. We need to slow down a whole lot more than that. Okie dokie. Whoa. There we go. 9 meters per second now. It's coming a little bit better. Actually going to bring it down to about 4. 4.5 is just fine. And then we got to switch to docking mode with the RCS thrusters. And when we do get even closer, I don't want to go too fast with the warp here. Like everything else we're going to do is going to be on maneuvering thrusters. I'm not going to be using the big engine anymore. Not until we undock of this thing. I'm starting to think about a thing, though. Am I actually going to be able to transfer all the personnel? Come on. There we go. Whoa. Docking mode. That way. And that way. And then slow it right on down. Nope. Get back here. Oh, shit. That way. There we go. That is nice and lined up, and we're coming in very, very slowly, which is exactly what I want. And then we're going to just line it back up a bit. There we go. At 0.3 meters per second, actually, I'm going to switch back to orbit and point this thing right onto normal vector. That's anti-normal. Then I'm going to point it to normal vector. That's the target. Right there. Normal vector is right there. There we feckin' go. We're already pointing at the right docking port at least, so that's going to be some help. So it has to point this way and nowhere else. Then I'm going to put it back into docking mode. And we're going to get going. I need, just to make things easier, I'm going to get a little bit of rotation going here, just so the crew hatches face up. So that way I know that in docking mode, if I push D, I'm going to go to the right. Which is exactly what I want right now. I want my speed relative to the target. I'm going to want to go that way a bit, and I'm going to go that way. There we go. And I'm going to want to go up. Yeah, no, up, down, left, and right in space don't really exist, but up compared to my camera is what I'm going to go for here. So we're coming in very nicely here. And the way I actually designed the ship, by putting most of these thrusters right by the center of mass of the ship, is doing wonders now. It's actually working quite well. Coming in at 1 meter per second. We're just gonna warp a bit more here until we get closer. Very, very, very dainty approach we have here. Yeah, no, I'm starting to think I might not have enough crew cabins free to be able to transfer people, like, on and around. I might have to play, like, a freaking musical chairs game just to be able to do a crew rotation. I should not have brought 4 people here. Oh, actually, I do have an extra spot left in here, so I'll be fine. I'll be just fine. Okay, let's slow this right on down, because this needs to line up. So I need to go this way, and then I need to slow down. I need a little bit of rotation this way. Like that. And then a little bit that way. There we go, look at that. We're coming in. We are coming in. Not very hot, but we are coming in. Oh, that is a beautiful, beautiful lineup here. A little bit of correction. Slow it on right on down. I don't want to crash into the thing. I want to dock with it. There's a difference. There we go. That's a docking. That is a very successful docking. Oh my. Now I'm a happy man. Okay. Let's transfer some fuel, shall we? Transfer some fuel into the probes. I'm gonna fill him right up. Move that one over too. Fill that one right up too. Oh shit. No, don't do that. Don't do that. Just that one. Ah, okay. So I need only one. I can have only one source if I choose a lot. Oh my, you put a silencer on it. Well, no, space is actually a silencer by itself. I mean, in space, nobody can hear you scream. So here, that is the first probe refueled. And then this is going to be the second probe refueled as well. We're going to be able to, on the next stream, we're going to be able to position them properly around Minmus and really start to be able to relay some proper... You can hear yourself, true that. But that's the only thing you're ever going to hear unless you have proper radio systems. Okay, what else? Well, these most definitely need to be refueled as well. So, let's do that. And, somebody asked for... Somebody did ask a while ago about if, if I use out on this one, I could probably do multi-selection here, and it would work. So if I select that, and then that, and then that, and then push out, then it refuels everything. Okay, I got it. I've almost got this figured out. There we go. Then what I'm gonna do here, how much fuel do I have left? 213 units. Okay, and that versus that. Okay, I'm just gonna take all of this tank here. You can see the center of mass moving. The camera actually follows the center of mass whenever you transfer fuel, which is why you saw the perspective change that way. That was interesting. Now, what I'm gonna do next... Okay, I don't think I'm gonna finish fueling this up. Actually, you know, I will not finish it up because I want to leave some liquid fuel and oxidizer in the big tank. 213. 213. So I kind of want to bring it down to like 100-ish. Let's cut it by half. So 105 is kind of what I'm aiming for here. 118. 92. That's a bit too much. 112. 112. 112 is going to be just fine. 112 is going to be just fine. If I go for half about that, it's going to be about 120. So, out. I'm going to bring it back up a bit. 127, 113. Okay, 113 is fine. 113 is just fine. Okay, now we have to do some crew rotation. Who are we bringing back? We can fit 5 people. So, let's see what we have in here. Because the current crew that we have, Cormy is a pilot. So, Cormy has to stay. Cormy is staying, and I'm taking a pilot back. So, let's select the crew hatch here. Crew hatch. Cormy is transferring. And Cormy is going to transfer SS Socrates. Welcome to the stream, my friend. Sadly, you are kind of catching me on the tail end of the stream, but I'm sure glad you joined us. We just created a magnificent thing. Actually, no, we didn't just create it. We created it. We've been working quite a while to create it, but it's coming along quite well. I'm pretty happy about it. So, Cormy, our pilot, is now transferred onto the station. And then we have Crisby, Meglorf, and Sherrick Kerman that we can transfer back in. So 2 engineers and a scientist. 2 engineers and a scientist. So first things first, the pilot we're going to bring back. I think the pilot we're going to bring back. We're going to bring back the original 3. The original 3. Jebediah, Bob, and Bill. I'm bringing home. Jebediah, Bob, and Bill, I'm bringing home. So, that, Jebediah, you're transferring to that ship. And then if I look at the crew hatch right here, Bob, you're going to transfer into that. It looks awesome. It will cut through the space like a well-sharpened blade through butter. I like your voice plus way of talking. Don't worry. Maybe we'll show up more often. I mean, I have been streaming pretty regularly as of late. It's just not very regular hours. Okay, that is Merkin Kerman, so that is not where I'm going. Where is the crew hatch on this lander? There it is. Valentina. No, Valentina is not the one I'm looking for. That is empty. That is Cormy. Where the hell is Bill? Because in here, look at that crew hatch. Woo! Woo! With the follow. The hot follow. By SS Socrates. Dude, I'm really, really happy you just joined us. I'm really happy you're following. Thank you so much. I'm glad you're joining us. This station has been in space for 164 days. Yeah, it's about fucking time we bring some people back. Alright, let's look at that. That is Merkin Crewman. We don't want to bring Merkin back. We want to bring Bob back. So that is Tatiana. That's Bill. Okay, Bill. You're going, oh, shit. Okay, I actually need to make some room before we transfer Bill. We need to make some room here. So I'm going to take the crew hatch right here. Megalorph is going to transfer there. And then Sherrick is going to transfer there. And then Crisby is also going to transfer there. Okay. Now it's a matter of knowing who we are bringing back. We're definitely bringing back Bill. So, Bill, right there. So right now we have Bob and Bill in there. We have Jebediah. And we have room for 2 more people. So let's see what we have. I think we have a little bit of an engineer overpopulation on this station, if my memory serves me right. 164 days. Ah, they're fine up there. Yeah, no, it's totally fine, man. It's totally fine, Socrates. You got this. Okay, so let's look at our current roster. We could bring Valentina back, have a second pilot down there, but we do need to keep 2 pilots on the station because we have 2 landers. So that's not... Jebediah is going to be the only pilot we bring back. So we can bring back another engineer, and another scientist, maybe. Just maybe. So, in the people who have been up there for a while, Crisby is an engineer, and I believe that Crisby might be the one we bring back. That is Tatiana. Tatiana is a scientist, if my memory serves me right. Yes, she is. You know what, Tatiana, you're coming back. Tatiana actually joined our roster following a very, very, very daring rescue mission that almost went horribly wrong. And so I think she's due to go home. Nataven Kerman. Nataven is an engineer, so we could bring Nataven back. I think Nataven is going to be transferring back onto that ship. And now the crew transfer done. Fuel transfer is also done. And so I'm going to choose this and control from here. Because we're going to undock and go back home. We're just going to go back home. The refueling and personnel rotation mission is now done. Time to go home. So now, in order to go back towards Kerbin, I need to escape Minmus, and I need to escape that way. Considering my current camera perspective, I need to go left. So I actually need to accelerate here. No. Yes. So I need to go almost a full rotation and then accelerate here. And by doing that, you can see my periaps actually getting, well, not very good. If I go that way, that is full Kerbin escape, so that's probably bad. Down here, perhaps. Ah, down here is where we need to be. So if I keep accelerating this way, there we go, look at that. 162 meters per second. I probably don't have enough fuel for that. I could do a lot of it on maneuvering thrusters, though. I probably should have transferred some monopropellant while I was there. That was a bit stupid on my part. Could I dock it back in? I could probably dock it back in. And that's exactly what I'm going to do for now. No, not the girder. Not the girder. Docking port. Target. There we go. I'm just going to dock it back in. So we can transfer some monopropellant fuel onto the station before we go back home. It'll be fine, and if not, it'll be for science. You're absolutely right, Socrates. That is a perfect docking maneuver, if you ask me. So, this. Whoa. I want this, and this. Into... No, not that one. That one doesn't seem right. Where is the monopropellant? Okay, I seem to be doing pretty good on monopropellant overall, so that goes out. Actually, I'm gonna take this into, well, anything. I'll take it into all of the probe tanks right there. Push that out. Ground control to Major Tom. We are still transferring fuel. And then I want to take that one into this probe's monopropellant tanks. There's the last one. There we go. Out. My beer is officially over. How are... Oh, these also need refueling. So I'm actually gonna take this tank. No, not this tank. This tank. Into these two. Out. Go, and that means that this tank can empty into these two, which are almost full. There we go. That'll do nicely. We're totally fine now. So this, I'm going to control from here. I am also going to take an EVA report back. Because recovery actually is worth a lot more than just communicating. So Jebediah, you're going to go outside. And you're going to take an EVA report. Holy wobbles, Batman! We are wobbling a lot right now. I'm not sure I like that at all. I don't like that at all. So we are going to control from here. And we are going to undock right away. Just to stop the wobbles. And then I'm gonna get away from the station. Now, we actually have to accelerate quite soon in order to get out of mid-missile orbit. I don't need to burn a lot of fuel for this. So, 133 meters per second. I wonder how can that wiggle so hard? Because of how high of an orbit we are in, and because of all the fuel transfers I've done, the center of mass of the station is not really center, which is what is causing the wobble right now. Because the center, the mass was really, yeah, Jeb is getting heavy, man. Jeb's pretty fat, whether we like it or not. Okay, so 155 meters per second push that we have to do in order to get out of mid-miss orbit. I don't even know if I have enough fuel for this, but I'm sure as hell I'm going to try. And luckily, right there under this beautiful decoupler, SAS, back on, come on. Get back in there. We have a heat shield under this crew cabin. There's a heat shield right there, so I'm just going to dump the big engine. I did not even transfer the tools. And they're just going to go to waste. Shit. Oh well, too bad. Fuck it. I don't care. I don't care anymore. We're refueled. The station's operational. We're going back home. Our personnel rotation is done. We're fine. Like, we're totally fine. Let's just warp a bit. Let's just warp a bit. I probably don't even have enough fuel for this. You are leaving Maskey's Dome. So I could have taken a reading from Minmus at this height and get a mission done? Where the hell is Minmus? Oh, it's over there. There it is. Okay, so we're gonna go, I'm actually gonna go, no, I wanna go back to target selection. There we go. And I don't even want this thing to show up anymore. There we go. Oh, we have enough fuel for this. I don't have enough fuel for this. I probably don't. But I have plenty of RCS fuel. I'm gonna do all of it on RCS if needed. I don't care. Like, as soon as we run out of fuel on the big tank anyway, I'm going to lose all of that weight and do the rest on RCS fuel. And I'll be just fine. Okay, so we're coming up onto our maneuver node. And just because a lot of it's probably going to happen on RCS, I probably want to start boosting in advance. 150 meters per second. Usually with a Poodle engine would be like a, I don't know, like a minute. Something like that. I'll start boosting at T-minus 2 minutes. 2 minutes should be fine. So. T-minus 2 minutes gives me 4 minutes of boosting window. Should be relatively accurate. 15, 14, 13. Come on. 5, 4, 3, 2 minutes. Might as well do it now. Boost. Oh, we're gonna make all of it on the Poodle, it seems. Power! Oh, this is even better than I thought. Okay, now I'm out of fuel. All right. Now I am out of fuel. Kerbal periapsis is now quite low. Well, not that low. It's about 1,000,000 meters, so I'm going to decouple that, get rid of the big engine, and do the rest on RCS. So, docking mode, RCS on. We're going that way. Well then, I don't think I'm pointing the right way, actually. Actually, I need to escape Kerbal orbit first before I can rely on that. Okay, I need to be going onto my Kerbal periapsis, which is this way. And then on docking mode RCS, go. So now my periapsis height is coming down quite quickly. Let me keep an eye on my monopropellant reserves. I've got plenty. I'm just fine. I am just fine. Yeah, we're going home, boys. We are so going home. My periapsis height is now at about 400,000 meters above Kerbal. Yep. I'm going to bring it all the way down to about 60-ish. Actually, no, I want it lower than that. I probably want 40. Because I've got a heat shield on anyway. And I want to make sure I don't skip out of the atmosphere. God damn it, Windows. I know I'm pushing shift a lot, but that's fine. So, 40,600 meters is where we're gonna go for now. I'm gonna save right here. That is... I never thought this stupid... not stupid, but I never thought such a considering my skill level, a maneuver such as a gravity assist, like I did, to save enough fuel to be able to fuel up a station, with that size of a ship, I did not expect it to work. But it did. I could open that. That is my probe core, actually. I thought I had some scientific instruments in there, but I don't. I'm just going to take a crew report. Crew reporting from space. It's not even doing anything. Crew report here, maybe? Nothing. Nothing at all. We're going home, boys. Let's go home. Let's just warp home. There we feckin' go. Look at that. Oh, that is the big engine of the Sonic ship. Okay, so there we go. And now warp back to 1x. We are now in atmosphere. I probably want to shut the lights and retract the antennas here, like that. Shut all the lights. Oh, some of these batteries are not liking this at all. And I want to be on surface periapts. That is a steep re-entry we're doing here. Wait a minute. I don't have any parachutes? Oh, that's bad. I don't have any parachutes. Fuck. Well then, it seems like we might have a bit of a problem here. I don't have a parachute. But you know what? On the next stream, I'm going to do something incredibly stupid. What we're going to do right now is use our RCS fuel. Oh no, I am not bracing for impact, man. We are going to fix this. We are going to fix this. What I'm going to do right now is bring my periapts just above the atmosphere. Okay, we're back up to 80,000 meters. And I'm going to save right here. And then what I'm going to do on the next stream is launch another empty ship with a crew capacity of 5. Catch this ship as it comes by, dock onto it, transfer personnel, go home. I do have a probe core on this ship here. I have a probe core in there. I can remote control this thing. So once the personnel is all transferred, then I'll bring it back onto Kerbal and crash it down. And if it explodes, then it does. If I can recover it, then I can. Or I just might leave it. I just might leave it there as a fucking comms relay. Fuck it. It's probably gonna stay there until it gets caught by Minmus again. Well, that's totally fine. I'm gonna go next stream. We're gonna rescue these people again. Anyways, I'm gonna wrap it up right here. Thank you guys so much for hanging out and watching, but I really have to go. Thank you guys, and I will probably see you. I'm expecting to be streaming next on Monday morning, Canadian Eastern Time. Just to give you guys a reference, it is currently 9:15 p.m. for me. I usually start around 10 a.m., which is going to be, yeah, about 10 a.m. on Monday morning. Have a nice evening to all of you guys, and I hope to see you soon. Goodbye.